Before we begin, please support my channel by hitting the subscribe button and turning on notifications. Hey guys, Motor Machine here. Today we're going to go over how to get rid of that annoying rattle that comes from your exhaust valve when the bike is on. So for an example, I'm going to put the video up on screen of the exhaust valve making noise when the bike is turned on. The key is to adjust this cable so that the valve doesn't rattle when you put it in gear. But you also don't want to adjust it so tight that it opens the valve in its natural state. You just want it tight enough so that it gives a little bit of tension to that cable to keep that valve from rattling. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is to remove the screw holding the fairing to the frame. Next, you're going to remove the 3 nuts holding the cover onto the actuator. You're going to use a 10mm wrench to loosen the lock nut. I would start by loosening the lock nut a few extra turns counterclockwise in order to give yourself room for adjustment. Using one hand to support the cable, use your other hand to tighten the cable using the nut below the bracket. You will turn the nut below the bracket several turns until it is tight against the lock nut on the top. During this adjustment period, you will not have to completely snug up the lock nut. Just make sure it is hand tight. Once you are ready, you'll turn on the bike to see if your adjustment is correct. Now that you know the adjustment is proper, you're going to tighten the lock nut using the box wrench. Check your manual to make sure you are properly lining up the cable when you tighten the lock nut. Use a little bit of blue Loctite to ensure that the nuts holding the actuator cover do not back off due to vibrations. Put the cover back on and install the nuts holding the cover to the bike. Now reinstall the screw holding the fairing to the frame. Now you're going to turn on your bike and make sure that your adjustments are successful.